Hello everyone, thank you for being here. Let's do another Feldenkrais class, Feldenkrais for courage. Thanks for taking a moment to be here with me, to move, to improve mobility, because there's nothing more satisfying than moving with ease and of course elegance. So today we're going to work on upper body again. We're going to work on the ribs. We're going to learn a little bit more about the ribs. Now, people call it the rib cage. I don't like to call it the rib cage because the cage gives that that idea of iron and restriction and hard and not a flexible thing. Iron is not flexible. So I call it rib basket because the ribs are designed to move and give. There's no joints in the ribs, but they are designed to move, to give, like a basket gives. Wicked basket gives when you hold it and press it. So this is our rib basket that is designed to move and give, to allow us to move with more ease and elegance, of course. So we're going to feel our ribs today. So you need a chair, because we're going to sit on a chair to do this Feldenkrais exercise. So I'm coming from a quite grey south of England. It's been quite wet over here, but you know, that's winter, that's life, and we have to navigate through it. And I hope that my lives help you to navigate through it a bit more easily and a better mind, attitude, everything. So let's start. So come and sit at the edge of your chair, at the edge. So we're not going to sit back or lean back. Come forwards, and the first thing to feel are your sitting bones. So keep your feet and make sure you don't have shoes. Take your shoes off. If you have socks, that's okay, but socks that are large, like so, your dad's socks, so that your feet, and although we're not going to work on the feet directly, the feet indirectly is involved in whatever exercise we do. So allow your toes to spread, to move, okay? If they are inside tight socks, then the toes are stuck, and that stops the movement, free movement in the feet, and we want feet that is mobile as much as any other part of the body. So if you have socks like I have, make them, they are large for your toes to spread, okay? All right, and keep your feet and knees hip distance apart, more or less, whatever feels comfortable for you, as long as the knees are not close, okay, touching. All right, so sit up tall on your sitting bones and start by feeling your sitting bones on the chair. If you don't know what your sitting bones are, just bring your hand underneath your buttocks, roll around, and you'll feel a bone on your hand. That's one sitting bone, and there's the other one on the other side. So we have two sitting bones in the pelvis. And I want you to imagine your sitting bones like baby feet. They are there to support your torso, to receive the weight of the upper body, okay? And to help you to sit upright. All right, so feel your sitting bones for a moment. And you can close your eyes and notice if you feel a difference between one sit bone and the other. It's very likely that you will. Maybe you feel more of one sit bone on the chair than the other. Maybe one sit bone is receiving more weight than the other. Very likely there is a difference there because we all have these misalignments in the spine, in the pelvis, that we create as we go about life because of injuries, because of bad partial habits. We tilt the head, we cross the legs, and all of that builds up misalignments in the body. So see if there is a difference there. Just notice if there is a difference. Ooh. Rest your hands on your lap and just get to know your sitting bones, your baby feet. Oh, now that you have an idea of your sit bones, I want you to do something else as well, is to turn. Just turn easily to one side as if you're crossing the street and you're looking for cars. Turn a few times to one side and then compare to the other side. Just notice how far you go comfortably. Is one side different to the other? Again, it's very likely that it is. One side may feel easier, or you turn more, you see more than the other. Again, just compare. And notice the movements in your ribs. Can you feel your ribs? You can have your hands there. Are they moving or are they stuck? Is it a basket or is it a cage? Okay. When you have a good feel for that, let go. And please do let me know below in the comments. Not now, because now you're exercising. When this uploads, which for some reason it doesn't upload into my channel straight away. I can only see it the next day for some reason. I think Mr. YouTube needs to check if these lives are decent to download onto the channel. So that's why it takes time to download. At least for me, I only see them the next day in my channel for some reason. I don't know what it is. But I do imagine Mr. YouTube checking my live to make sure it's decent. Maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? Right. So now I want you to lift one sit bone, wherever sit bone. Lift. By lifting doesn't mean this. Okay, so your first impulse is to do this. I don't want you to do this. I want you to lift without moving the torso very much, without leaning to the side, because then you're not doing the work in the pelvis. You are just working the whole of the torso as a whole. We don't want that. Just see if you can lift just an inch or so, or a centimeter or so. Lift one sit bone. Just notice how that feels and do that a few times. You see, my torso is not moving very much, okay? Try to keep your head at the spine right in the middle, in the center, and just don't allow it to move very much. Of course, it will move a little bit, but we don't to tilt it, all right? And then do the same thing with the other sit bone. Breathe in and out, and again you will feel a difference. Which sit bone is easier or happier to move? For me, it's my right side is happier. The left side, it's a little bit sticky. Okay, and You probably feel it in the pelvis, you probably feel it in the ribs. And just compare. Okay, let go now that you felt the difference. So now let's concentrate on the right side of the pelvis and lift and tilt a little bit towards the right. So allow the ribs to squeeze. You can have your hand there so that you feel your ribs. Squeeze your ribs. Bring the ribs towards each other. Okay? So lift the sit bone and tilt a little bit so that the shoulder comes towards the sit bone and the sit bone towards the shoulder. And the ear comes towards the shoulder as well, all on the right side. And come back to your neutral, wherever your neutral is. And do that a few times. Breathe in and out. If that feels good for you, have your hands in your ribs so that you feel your ribs. Are they moving? Are they sticky? Is it a cage or is it a basket that gives? I really dislike the term rib cage. It just makes me cringe. It's a ribs basket. It's a basket because it gives. A cage is like, and a basket is like, see the difference? It affects your brain, affects your mobility as well as words, affects your mobility as anything. You know what I mean. Alright, so carry on doing that. Tilt to the side, lift the right side of your pelvis and bring it down. Lift and bring it down, slowly and gently. Alright, and let go. All these tiny movements that we do in Feldenkrais, they are, everyone says that, oh, I didn't think that I was doing too much, but then at the end there was a huge difference. And this is the magic of Feldenkrais. These tiny little movements that we do gently and slowly, it's what really makes a difference, because that is adjusting, is communicating with the nervous system and adjusting things in our brain. Because the brain is the powerhouse. The brain commands, guides the muscles and everything. Okay, and this is what these Feldenkrais movements do. They talk to the brain. Okay, I think I'm going to sneeze in a while. Right, okay, let go. Now let's try the other side. Same thing, but let's do the other side. Lift a little bit. Excuse me, I didn't warn you, I was going to sneeze. Excuse me. So again, same movement on the other side. Keep your feet nice and flat and grounded, in contact with the floor. I could feel that my right foot wanted to lift, always lifting. So pay attention to what your feet is doing. Keep it grounded. So now we lift in the left side of the pelvis, the hip joint, and tilt to that side. And again, have your hands there to feel the movement in your rib basket. And again, just compare to the other side. Is it easier to move? Is it more stickier? Is it heavier? Is it lighter? Breathe in and out. So keep the torso, the spine as still as you can. In the center. The spine moves, of course it moves. It's doing this C shape. Because the spine is attached to the pelvis, the ribs are attached to the spine, and everything is moving. But keep your torso as center as you can. Okay, and let go. Take a moment to rest. If you need to stand up to go for a walk, because sitting upright may be not easy for you today or wherever, and then please do stand up, go for a walk and come back, just to release the tension. Yeah? All right. So now we're gonna bring the hand. So bring your left hand, let's do the right. Bring your right hand on the to rest on top of your head. So don't push, just rest your palm on top of the head. And now do the same movement. Bring the pelvis to the shoulder to the pelvis, and the ear to the shoulder, and come back. So now you have this guidance. You're moving with the help of your hand. And you might feel that now things are becoming a little bit more loose, a little bit easier. So keep looking in front of you and tilt to the sides. So you're not twisting anywhere, you're not rotating the head, we're just tilting. So ear to shoulder, shoulder to pelvis, pelvis to shoulder, and back. Breathe in and out. It's best to breathe out when you bring everything together, and breathe in to relax. Slowly, gentle movements. Again, you can have the other hand there in your rib so that you can feel your rib basket giving. Breathe out as you tilt, as you bring the ribs together. Slow, gentle movements. Okay, let it go, rest. Let's try the other side. So bring your left hand to rest on your crown. And again, you can have your other hand there. You're going to lift and tilt. Ear to shoulder, shoulder to pelvis, pelvis to shoulder. Now we're doing the same thing on the left side. Keep your feet nice and relaxed. I keep telling you that because I can feel my feet, the toes lifting, the heel lifting. So it's likely that your feet is behaving like that as well. So try to relax your feet. And relax everything else, of course. Breathe in as you come to the center, breathe out as you tilt. Keep looking in front of you so that you don't turn the head. Feel the movement in the pelvis. It's not an easy movement. Wherever you do what you can. Okay, and let go. If you want to stand up to go for a walk around, do that. Otherwise, just connect your sitting bones and feel your sitting bones. Okay, now bring your attention to your knee, to your right knee, and push the right knee back. So now we're moving the pelvis, the joint in the pelvis, the hip joints, ball and socket. So now we're moving the ball and socket back. It's only a tiny little movement, okay? So as you push your knee back and the pelvis goes, that side of the pelvis, the right side of the pelvis goes back, you turn a tiny little bit to your right, okay? So allow that movement to happen in the torso. So move the knee back so that the hip joint moves back, so that the pelvis, the right side of the pelvis moves back on the chest. You're not lifting anything. Everything is grounded. You're just moving. So I'm going to exaggerate so that you can see. So this is what we're doing. Moving. I'm not lifting. Don't lift anything. Just moving. Okay? Okay, but it's only an inch or so that you can move. Okay? Breathe in and out, move. And again, you should feel your ribs moving as well. Or they aren't, maybe they are sticky or stuck, or maybe it's a cage. Hopefully at the end of this won't be a cage anymore, it will be more like a basket that gives. Okay, so keep moving that knee back. And feel the pelvis going back, feel the ribs moving. Breathe in and out, your feet is nice and grounded and relaxed. Taking my hand away for you to see, although I don't really you to pay too much attention to what I'm doing, but I want you to concentrate on what you're doing and feeling and sensing. Move it back. Does it move or it doesn't move? If it doesn't move, then you can repeat this many times until things become a little bit easier to move. All right, and let go. Feel the difference between one sit bone and the other. Feel the difference on that side to the other. Please make sure when this download is visible, please make sure to come and share with me, because I'm curious. I want to know what's going on when you do this. Okay? Alright, let's do the same on the other side. So move that knee back. Remember, you're not lifting anything now, you're moving, just sliding the hip, the left hip back, hip joint. And now you're turning a tiny little bit to the left. Not that you are making yourself turn, not that you're making your torso turn. It turns organically. Allow it to happen. Or it doesn't turn very much because you have more a cage than a basket. If that is the case, then again, things will improve as you do this and many other exercises. Feldenkrais exercises. And again, just notice the difference between this side and the other side. Breathe in and out. Slide that hip joint back. Keep your feet nice and grounded and relaxed. Toes are happy and spread. And believe it or not, again, the magic of Feldenkrais, this movement will affect the contact of your feet on the floor, which is something that we didn't pay attention at the beginning, but it's very likely that at the end you feel that your feet is more grounded, more in contact with the floor, more parts of your feet in contact with the floor. That's why we need to have our feet free, the toes free, so that they can benefit from the exercise, whatever exercise you do. All right, and let go. Okay, now you're going to move the knee forwards, okay? Only a tiny little bit, is not a big movement. It can't be a big movement, okay? So move the right knee forwards. And this time, as you move the right knee forwards, you turn a tiny little bit to the left. So allow that to happen. So the knee is going forwards, and it's only a tiny little bit, okay? Nothing is lifting, you're just sliding the knee forwards. You're sliding the hip joint and the sit bone forwards. All right, let go, and now do the same thing with the left knee and the left side of the pelvis. Just move it forwards. And as you move forward, you may feel that your torso moves a little bit to the right. Allow it to happen. As long as you're not forcing it to happen, you're not making it to happen, this movement in the pelvis happens organically. I mean, this movement in the torso happens organically as you move the pelvis. So now we're moving the left knee forwards. Keep yourself upright. Breathe in and out. All right, and let go. Okay, now let's put the two movements together, and you'll feel like, or imagine that you're walking with your sitting bones, with the pelvis. So as you move one knee back, move the other forwards. And then as you move the other back, move the other forward. So you go back and forwards with your pelvis, as if you're walking. So you're doing this with your pelvis. So you're doing the same thing as before, but now you do one knee at a time, as if you're walking with the sitting bones. Again, you're not lifting, you're just sliding back and forth. Keep your feet nice and grounded. Breathe in and out. So knee forwards, knee back. You can have your hands in your ribs so you can feel your basket moving, giving. Okay, take a moment to rest. Now you're going to do this movement with the pelvis a little bit quicker, okay? So do it as quick as you can, as fast as you can. Same thing, back and forth with the knees. Allow the torso to move, allow the ribs to give. So make sure you're right at the border of your chair. If you're too back, you're restricting the movement. So you need to have your thighs out of the chair. So you're not lifting, you're moving back and forth, back and forth. Okay, let go and rest. Now just move, tilt again, just like you did before, without the hands. This time you're gonna do both sides one at a time, okay? So tilt to the right, back to the center, tilt to the left, okay? Keep your nose, your eyes nicely and facing in front of you so that you're not rotating the head, okay? And then start feeling your ribs. So one side is squeezing, the other side is fanning out the ribs, okay? So I want you to pay attention to that. Have your hands there. So feel one side fanning out, the ribs fanning out, and the other side, the ribs coming together. This time you are lifting the pelvis a little bit towards the shoulder towards the pelvis, and the ear towards the shoulder. Breathe in and out. Okay, then carry on with this movement, but do it a little bit quicker. So you don't need to combine the breath with the movement. Go from side to side a little bit quicker. Make sure you're tilting and you're not rotating your head. So keep fixing your eyes in front of you so that you know you're not rotating the head. Breathe in and out. All right, and let go. Just go around your sitting bones, around in a circle, just to release any tension. So go towards the tailbone and round, then come towards your pubic bone and lengthen and go around and around. Free your spine. Allow the whole of the spine to participate, including your neck, because your neck is part of your spine. Slow, gentle movement, just to release any tension you might have created. Okay, and then go the other way around. Breathe in and out, close your eyes, feel your ribs, feel your spine. Okay, and then this is so satisfying, movement to do. Whenever you feel upper body tension, computer or sitting doing crochet like I do a lot, and knitting. It's so nice to do this, but you need to do it on a hard surface. Well, not on the sofa, because on the sofa you're sinking and you don't feel your sitting bones too much. So it's better that you have a hard surface that doesn't sink so much. I love doing that movement. I do that pretty much every day to release tension from the upper body. Right, okay. come to your sitting bones again. So we finish here, but now I want you to go back to the very beginning and feel your sitting bones again, like you did at the very beginning, and notice if anything feels different there. Do they feel a little bit more balanced? What feels different for you? Please, please let me know in the comments area. And now turn just like you did before and notice if the movement feels easier. Notice if there is more movement in the ribs. Do you have a rib basket or do you have a rib cage? Do let me know, please. Does it feel more like a rib basket now than a rib cage? Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please make sure you share this with your friends. Everyone needs mobility, easy movement, because we spend too much time indoors, we spend too much time in the computer, knitting, crochet, sewing, like I do a lot as well, because it's my passion as well. I do have another channel called Pretty Home Handmade, where I share my passion for crafts, okay? And mainly crochet, embroidery, sewing, and knitting, and things just to make a home pretty as well. During Christmas I posted a few videos about the things that I did at home to make home pretty. So if you're interested, have a look at my Pretty Home Handmade channel. So let me know below what this movement did for you. I hope it helps. I'm sending you loads of courage, big hug, big hug, and cuddles and love, and please keep moving. And the more mobility, the more easy our movements are, the better our lives is, because no one likes going through life moving like robots, and we can't pick things up from the shelf because there's no movement in the ribs. So all these easy, simple, easy, not always easy, but always gentle movements, this is what releases all this stiffness and tension and stuckness from the body. Okay? Hard work, exercises are good as well, yoga and aerobics and all that. This is all good, but if we are stuck, if we have a rib cage instead of a rib basket, and if our joints are stiff, we can't be doing aerobics and hard yoga and all these yoga poses, because the body is not ready for it. We need to do all of that. We need a mobile and flexible body, and you can only achieve that through Feldenkrais. Okay, I'm a yoga teacher. I love yoga. I do yoga, but I do yoga for strength, not for mobility. For mobility, I do Feldenkrais. Okay, I can only do yoga because I have Feldenkrais to give me all this mobility. Okay, so that's my view. Anyway, lots of love, and I'll see you on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Bye!